So let's look at the Hebrew letters for the Hebrew term for reincarnation called gilgul. Actually, with Hebrew, a lot of them, every letter means something. So when you're reading the Torah in English, you're not even really reading the Torah, in my opinion. Every letter has a specific meaning, a numerical meaning that links it to other concepts. So it's like, if you really want to understand Jewish concepts or concepts from a Jewish standpoint, you really need to look at the Hebrew and look at the letters. So this is gilgul in Hebrew, gilgul, and every letter means something. So I'm just going to go through the gimel and the lamed. So the gimel is this one right here. Let me circle the gimel in, let's just do blue. This is a cool Lugia pen from like back in the day. Okay, so the gimel. Okay, let's do it. All right, so the gimel is circled in blue, okay? And the gimel kind of is reminiscent of a foot slightly bent forward, indicating like a person in motion. This constant dynamic of run and return, obviously that has a lot to do with reincarnation, the run and return of the soul between life and death, between this world and the upper world, this material reality and then this kind of heavenly plane that's above us, and it's actually interesting when you look at the word gimel as a noun, gamal, it means camel, which is a symbol of both life and death. The camel, it can be seen as either a benevolent symbol or like a not so benevolent symbol, as, the camel accompanies man through the desert, keeping it alive with the fucking water in him, right? But the camel, according to the Zohar in chapter 2 or whatever, 2:23, 6a, the camel sometimes symbolizes the angel of death in this kind of esoteric Jewish thought. So that's interesting. In Aramaic, which is a language that is very much related to Hebrew and a language that is very much a holy language, this is actually the language that many scholars think that Jesus Christ actually spoke on a day-to-day basis with the disciples and all his peoples. We think that Christ probably knew Hebrew. He might have known Greek as well. I mean, the Gospels are written in Koine Greek, but then the Gospels are written like 60 years after Christ, so, there's that. But anyways, in Aramaic, the word, the root of the word gimel means bridge, and obviously gilgul is the bridge between life and death. So I thought that was really, really, really interesting. So now let's look at the lamed, and the lamed is this one. Kind of wrote it a little ugly. One of them's way bigger than the other, but let me circle it in a different kind of mark. Let's use the should I use a highlighter or a marker? Let's do the green highlighter. I like green and blue. All right. So this is the lameds, okay? Right, making this really clear for you guys. So look, the one circled in green is the lamed, and that is the Hebrew word. So okay, so this right here that I've circled in green, that's the lamed. And in Hebrew, the word for heart begins with the lamed, and this is a very important word, obviously. Let me do the, this is not a real piece of paper. So I'll write in green the word for heart in Hebrew. I'm trying to make it a heart. Oh god, that's a really ugly heart. Okay. Whatever. Actually nice that I ended up choosing green to represent this. I didn't even think of that because the heart in Hinduism, in Hindu tradition, is represented with the Anahata chakra, that's the heart chakra, and that's represented with green. You could actually see it in my background right there. You see where I'm pointing at? I'm gonna like fix that. I'm gonna put that right next to my Naruto thing, but I need to move the Teen Titans thing, the map, and the Kala Chakra Tantra. The Kala Chakra Yantra. Kala Chakra Tantra Yantra. I'm fucked up on my Sanskrit. I'm talking about Hebrew. All right, let's go. So the root of the word, or the root of the letter lamed means to both learn and teach, and its numerical value is 30. So the numerical value of 30 relates to the monthly cycle of the moon, which is really important in the Torah, as the Jewish calendar is actually based on the lunar cycle. The waxing and the waning of the moon obviously have things to do with the cycles of reincarnation, right? And in reincarnation, the souls learn and then apply that learning to their next lives and to their next decisions, you know, to advance spiritually. You know, right? Reincarnation is really closely related to the Jewish concept of teshuva, which is repentance. I can write that down as well. Let's write it down. Not on pencil, let's write it down in ink. This is a really cute, this is a nice, cute pink pen. So it's teshuva. Let's do it here. Oh, that's a nice pink. You could actually see it. It's not like a light dumb pink. All right. So here's a word for repentance. Teshuva. Teshuva. Focus. Teshuva. Okay. Sorry, it's kind of hard to, it's fucking backwards. I'll flip this shit around. Anyways, teshuva, repentance, literally means like returning to God and one's true soul essence, you know. So Maimonides actually says something really interesting when he's discussing the laws regarding teshuva. He says that when a person can consider their teshuva complete, when they're faced with, they're put back in the same situation where they've sinned before, but instead of sinning, they choose the higher path, they choose the right path. That's when your teshuva is actually good, you know. But anyways, let's go back to the lev that begins with the lamed. You know, the heart desires to learn the lessons of life, you know, and teach them to others, but also longs to return to God. And you know, this lamed, it's the highest, it's the tallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet. So we can kind of see it as reaching out to God, you know, where the gimel kind of looks like a foot stepping itself down on the planet. The lamed is reaching back out to God. So it's like our foot is on the earth, but we're reaching back to God with gilgul, you know? You know, we're touching the earth with our foot, with the gimel, and the lamed is propelling upward towards the heavens. So, I think that's a really great interpretation of reincarnation. Obviously, I learned about reincarnation from the kind of Buddhist perspective at first, samsara, this and that. But there is great wisdom in Jewish thought, and this great wisdom is completely lost with the Latin alphabet if you're studying anything Jewish. So I hope that this little tiny Goyish explanation utilizing this book by Abraham Arya Trugman, Return Again, Dynamics of Reincarnation, I hope that this has helped you realize that looking at words through the Hebrew, you gain so much. And I didn't even touch upon like everything that's possibly present with gilgul. But anyways, I hope this was nice for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, bye.